You build a traditional wooden shed, and by the second UK winter, the base blackens with damp, the roof felt sags, and rot sets in. To escape the constant cycle of painting and patching, the best Keter sheds UK 2026 has to offer dominate the market. These are high-density, zero-maintenance resin alternatives designed to survive torrential downpours. The true cost of these sheds extends beyond the purchase price. Spending top dollar on the absolute biggest model is a complete waste of money if your foundation is uneven or your storage needs are minimal. A successful build requires pairing the right engineering with your exact scenario. For under £450, the Keter Darwin 6x4 is the entry-level option that entirely eliminates the risk of wood rot. Looking at this studio shot of the Darwin, you can see the distinctive wood effect panels. This texturing disguises the plastic construction, giving it the aesthetic appeal of traditional timber. Built-in vents allow air circulation, which prevents internal condensation, the moisture that forms when warm air inside hits the cold plastic walls during sudden temperature drops. In this outdoor photo, you can see how its compact 6x4 footprint integrates cleanly onto a typical garden deck without overwhelming the space. The major trade-off comes during the build. Buyers consistently report misaligned screw holes and missing hardware. You will need a second person and up to 6 hours to force the pieces into alignment. The floor sections are also notably thin. If you place this shed on anything other than a totally flat surface, those floor panels will separate and leave open gaps exposed to dampness. This makes it ideal for first-time shed owners and budget-conscious buyers who want a clean, zero-maintenance visual upgrade. At this price point, the Darwin offers immense value, provided you can tolerate the flimsy feel of the panels during the frustrating assembly process. You can check the current prices for it on Wix or Argos using the affiliate links in the description. Stepping up to around £545, the Keter Manor 6x5 is a mid-tier upgrade built to withstand significantly harsher wind and rain. This image highlights its major structural advantage: double wall construction. This means the resin panels have an internal and external layer separated by an air gap, creating a rigid barrier that resists flexing in high winds. Set up in a real garden here, the premium wood grain finish stands out. It features heavy-duty lockable doors to secure your gear, though you may want to reinforce the basic hasp. Looking at this technical schematic, we see a spatial discrepancy. The bottom exterior dimensions show a 152 by 185 centimeter footprint, but due to those thick walls, the internal volume feels much tighter than expected. If you plan to store tall items, measure your bikes and long-handled tools carefully against that maximum 226 centimeter vertical limit. The main barrier to entry is the build process. It requires a ladder, 2 people, and several hours of deciphering notoriously unclear instructions. This model fits perfectly for everyday families looking for a reliable step-up from dent-prone, cheap metal sheds. Endure one frustrating weekend of construction, and the Manor secures a decade of weather-tight storage. It remains one of the best no-maintenance plastic sheds Amazon UK offers. If you need serious capacity, the premium 730-pound Keter Factor, available in 6x6 or 8x6, is the highest-tier investment. Shown here, the tank-like build quality is obvious. The heavy-duty resin panels rival the strength of high-end timber, effortlessly handling a decade of severe weather. This lifestyle shot proves its massive interior capacity. There is ample room to house heavy equipment, sports gear, and freestanding shelving units all at the same time. Looking at this dimension graphic, we can quantify exactly how much room you get. The top text confirms 399.1 cubic feet of storage capacity. Cubic feet is a volumetric measurement that multiplies interior length, width, and height. Those wide double doors, measuring over 54 inches across, are absolutely essential for rolling in wide wheelbarrows or a ride-on mower. But the Factor is unforgiving. Because these panels are so heavy, placing this shed on an uneven base will cause catastrophic bowing and permanent warping. You also need to consider placement carefully. Extreme direct sunlight on unshaded south-facing walls can sometimes cause the dark plastic to distort from the heat. This makes the Factor the definitive choice for power users and serious gardeners who prioritize maximum security and bulk space. It is an uncompromising vault. It punishes a sloppy foundation, but if you prepare your site correctly, it delivers unbeatable longevity. When weighing the Keter Darwin versus Factor, this is the heavy-duty winner. Choosing the right shed requires an honest assessment of your budget and the physical dimensions of your garden. This flowchart breaks down your options by your specific storage needs. If you have a tight budget, limited space, and just need to keep light hand tools dry, Path 1 leads straight to the Darwin. If you need to store family bicycles and everyday lawnmowers, Path 2 points to the Manor as your structural sweet spot. And if you require massive capacity for ride-on mowers and heavy workshop gear, Path 3 makes the Factor your only viable choice. Skipping a perfectly level concrete or slab base guarantees structural failure, regardless of the model you select. Darwin, Manor, or Factor, which one are you buying? Drop your garden size below.